All right, Shredda, talk to the people, man. Let them know what's getting ready to go down.
What's poppin', y'all? We about to get into like a little routine on how to build bigger arms with our own body weight using the instruments that we have in the park here. Dip bar. We're gonna do some different kind of pull-ups here. For the bicep, the front part, some pull-ups, and yeah, I would say some pull-ups and I'll say some bar dips on top for the triceps. Gonna start off. We start off with these behind the neck variation of the pull-ups. We're gonna start with 20, and then 2 with the Australian, and then we're gonna keep going down. So we're gonna keep going down behind the neck 2 and going up with the Australian dips too. So I'm gonna show you what I mean. So. So that's the first set. Now we're gonna keep going down. We're gonna work our way down. So next set is gonna be 18 behind the neck, 4 Australians now. Then it's gonna be 16, 6 until it's 20 Australians and just 2 behind the neck. So that's how we're gonna work those out.
What part of the arm we hitting with that again?
Right now we hitting the biceps and the forearms, and we're getting some wrist action as well too with that. We're getting a lot of biceps and forearms right here.
Okay.
And as well as getting the wings in the back as well too. But this is for arms. Getting the whole package. Very underrated exercise right here. I don't see too many people doing those. More old school cats and shit. Definitely works though. A lot of the old school shit worked. Dudes was a lot more natural back then. I would believe. Hope, because they had less machines now. A lot of these gyms make you pay more money for you having to do less, pretty much.
It's more machines in the gym now. A lot of people in the gym, that's what they want, the machines. Yeah.
For the fancy shit.
Right.
That make you do less. The old school machines, old school iron.
Right.
Pumping that shit. I like this, just in case you can't get to a pull-up bar. You know, these routines is important for parks that don't have pull-up bars. I don't have a dip bar. You can do a routine, you know. So that's why I want to focus more so on attacking the whole arms. So, you know, we're gonna try to keep it here to get the front and back.
Okay.
You know, I said we're gonna hit the pull-up bar, but I wanna show you to attack the whole thing with less, give you more.
Okay.
Just hold out. That's like hustling type. Yeah. Make something out of nothing. So calisthenics is about. So now this is 14 behind the neck. Because we're counting down 2. We started at 20 behind the neck. We're going back up with the Australian pull-ups. Right?
Okay.
No, like I said, these routines, you know, they've been kind of abandoned a little bit because they're not the prettiest, but it builds you that gritty strength. That what you need is gonna give you what you need as far as results that you're looking for and help you in other areas. You want to keep your body under constant, like, different attacks as far as these workouts go. If you want it to grow as far, you know. So now we at 12 and 10, 12 behind the neck, and 10 inverted pull.
Okay. All right, y'all. Shredda showing y'all how to get bigger arms.
Yep, definitely feeling it in my biceps. After this, it's gonna be hard to, like, you know, and I have to stretch really good. And forearms, these attack the forearms, very good for the forearms. This is gonna help you with those muscle ups and those isometrics and all that.
Okay.
Forearms is important for very important part of the kinetic chain. Forearms and wrists. So that's a part of the whole arm. It's not just biceps. Good burn, man.
Like you said, forearms too.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of people don't talk too much about the forearms on the bar work, but forearms is important. It helps with the grip too.
Yeah, definitely helps with the grip.
Yeah.
You know, It's a whole, like I said, it's a kinetic chain. Everything is connected. So your forearms is intertwined with the wrist, which is intertwined with the fingers and the joints and stuff like that. So you know, the better grip that you have, the more strength that you can exude. The longer you can hold onto the bar, the more action you can do. Because, like I said on the bar before, in the other part, this bar is not as thick, but I can, at least my fingers could close. So my grip, I'm getting the full strength grip on the bar. That's why you would prefer to fully wrap the bar when you're doing your motions and your workouts on the bar, rather than a false grip. Okay. You want that full grip.
Yeah, the full grip like that hurts more the forearm, as we see. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, than the false grip.
Right, you see how the forearm flex. Do that one more time. See how the forearm flex. Yeah. Get that squeeze there, and then do the other one.
Yeah.
So you don't see it.
Yeah, it's different.
Right.
So, especially doing these workouts, some of you guys might try to do the false grip. It'll be a little easier. It's not easy, but it's easier.
Right.
So you want to get the full everything going.
Yeah.
So right now, it's gonna be 10 behind the neck and 12 regular. And 10 behind the neck, 12 inverted. Serious pain.
It's not really too much of the tricep you're doing, right? It's like bicep and forearm, like you said?
Bicep and forearm. This is the beginning of the workout.
Okay.
Bicep and forearm.
Okay.
And we're going to do a little dip drill at the end.
Okay. You're hitting some back too now and doing those movements too, and a little bit of back too. Most exercises, you know, you're going to do for the bicep, a lot of them hitting the back too.
Yep, that's the beauty about calisthenics. A lot of these is compound movements, compound workouts. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. So, like, when I do eventually, when I do eventually lift again, it's like I ain't gotta be in there every week. Type shit every day. I could be in there once every 2 weeks, once a month, like twice. You know, very minimal, right? So now this is 8 and 14. 8 behind the neck, 14 inverted. So like I said, getting a lot of forearm action, a lot of bicep action. What you see in the forearms, like neglected, it's a part of your arms. People just do curls. This is another way to hit that, what you would, you know, substitute for the curl. You want to throw them in. Keep tricking the muscles up. looks. But you're gonna be satisfied with the result if you do it right and give it the right effort and believe in it, believe in what you're doing. Wrist action, like I said, wrist, forearm, bicep, and the whole front part right here with this segment. I'll shake it out. So 6 and 16 right here. It's 10. It's 10.
Right, Shredda showing y'all how to get bigger arms. Right now he's showing you some things on the parallel bar here, the dip bar.
It's the type of shit I like. Make it nothing out of something. Making something out of nothing. That's a juvenile. I thought I got the juvenile song stuck in my head. Making something out of nothing.
So most people think just to do dips on the parallel bars, but you're showing them some other stuff they can do.
Yeah, getting more specific on the arms, you know what I'm saying? Not just dips, that's like, that's the arms, triceps, and the chest, shoulders.
Right.
But this is like I said, a different aspect. Getting a lot of the forearms and the biceps on this one.
Right.
And it's not like this bar, it's not like the green part, but it's still a good, it's still a good width. So it's gonna get your wrist action involved, trying to grip that, because it's still a good width. Alright, so now it's 4 on behind the neck.
Got 2 sets left, right?
Yeah, 2 sets left. Definitely feeling in the wrist now that I get to the later parts of the rounds. Feeling it more in the wrist now. Once you start coming up with the inverted pulls, it's like now you start feeling it more in the wrist. Where so once you was coming down with the behind the neck, you was feeling it more in your biceps and upper forearms. This is getting more of the bottom of the wrist, especially on the comeback. Getting a lot of wrist action. Forearm action. last set right here coming up. It's going to be 2 behind the neck and 20 invert. Good, real, you know, you could burst through this, like I said, good time, you know, get through like a specific muscle group with very little equipment. If you're in a park, like I said, that doesn't have a dip, like a pull-up bar or something, you can't get to the pulls, this is a way that you're gonna hit those muscles again. Shit. 7 left to get that 20, that last dub. Bang. You can see the difference from when we started the video to the last second. You should be able to see what has been getting affected from these series of, you know, workouts, from this superset. Right? So we got 7 left to complete this. So that was the pull-up part for the biceps and the forearms, triceps. Go ahead to finish off. Go ahead and dip into a walking dip routine, countdown style. So I'm gonna show you what I mean.
Okay. So now I get Shredda.
So now I'm gonna show them a little biceps. We're gonna hit the biceps. This is the majority. I want to make this majority biceps, and then, you know what I'm saying, triceps like a percentages. So they're about 70%, 60% biceps. Now this part is gonna be triceps. So
okay.
That's how I do. I balance. I'm different. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Train different, game different.
Yeah.
You're not gonna see me doing what see other cats doing. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't look like me. I have strength like me. I train for different reasons. Yeah. So how this is gonna go, I do a set, 10, walk over, 8, walk back, 6, walk back, 4, walk back, and then 2. And that's how I'm gonna close it up.
Okay.
For the triceps. Yeah, got a lot of movement. 3. So then I'm gonna do 2 now, and then I'm gonna walk it off.
And you're doing this exercise right here for what again for the people?
So this right here is for the triceps, chest. We're getting a lot of deeper isometric type movements, like animal type movements on the dip bar. You understand? So right here, it's gonna really work that muscle really deep. Once you get the movements, like I said, on the push-ups, same thing when you do the crawls. This is like a variation of that on the dip bar, like moving dips. You understand? So once you start moving the muscle, it's like getting more stabilization and strength to keep your core from swinging. We're working a lot of different things right here, but we're getting the triceps, chest heavy, right? And it's the core. Any type of movement that you're doing while you're exercising is going to be more core. Understand? So right there, I just did with the first 20 and the 2 routine that I did the biceps and forearms. The later half, end of the routine, I would call the buyout. We did dips and walking dips for the triceps, mostly the triceps, and we're getting a lot of chest and shoulders, but more so we wanted to hit the triceps because we hit the biceps. So what I like to do is a lot of supersets. I hit both. So I'll do a routine hitting, like I said, either pulls or push, pull, like we have those type of theories. So this was like one of those theories where we did pull and basically front back, bicep, tricep. Dips is for the triceps, and the pulls was for the biceps. Understand? So that's how I like to do it, superset. You know?
Superset for your arms?
Yeah, superset everything.
Okay.
Yeah, not just for your arms. I like to superset everything for the most part.
Okay.
That's how I see the best results for me. I get the most results.
Alright, y'all. So Shredda just shows y'all how to build bigger arms using the parallel bar over here with some different movements.
Yeah.
Some what he call old school movements. Stuff that, you know, a lot of people really don't do in the parks.
Yeah, shit that people neglect.
Yeah, that people neglect. So, you know, you try these out.
Yeah.
And,
too busy doing handstand and shit like that.
All right, Shredda, let them know if they want some of that personalized online training, man, how to get in contact with you.
If you want some of that online training, online meal plans, online programs, holla at me, One Chance in a Million @gmail.com or at Master Shredda on Instagram. Get me up there, over there.
Okay. All right, Shredda, good looking out.
Peace.